So your schizos on the street are all chemical weapons in the drugs. I have little English now after 5 years of trauma and 3 of it here witnessing murders and terrorist activity. And when I got here, the first couple weeks were fine. But then I noticed the gang members, which I was keen to from day one when any of you ever knew who I was on the internet. These Al-Qaeda, Iranian, Muslim, done prison time, turned or whatever, somebody in the prisons. It's a strong prison link. It's been on my account for years. I don't have to tell any of the agents this, of what I did or anything that they already knew when I did it. It's all the same stuff, okay? Everybody refused to give me a job. The whole country band together. Don't hire her. Don't help her. Leave her on the streets. Everything they could fucking do. And this was so that you could end up with this kind of mess you have now. One big drug fiend country. Once they get the drugs, then they go on their campaign for white power or for this Iranian Al-Qaeda fucking whatever the fuck religious movement. Dude, none of this is religious. None of this is religious, folks. But anyways, so the schizos, the drugs, it's in the drugs. I have little English. I'm so fucking traumatized. I'm back here in my room sheltering in place. I realized that the 500 imams, they're taking out these cops. There's so many fucking cops that know way too much about them. It's been on my account left and right, back and forth 1,000 fucking times. In writing, motherfuckers, you're gonna get it. And these fuckers, with all these other governments, like these bad guys from other countries, I'm not gonna do this. It's been on my account. Why don't you learn to read and look it up? They nuke the fucking city of New York. Oh my God. They do some chemical weapon shit, and I ended up in the fucking terrorist cell with that stuff. Now, I don't always talk about it because I don't understand it. And I wrote that left and right, up and down 1,000,000 times. I don't understand this shit. But you can't have this shit in the house, and you certainly can't be frying people up on the stove with that shit in your house. And today, I was like hysterical, and I can't talk about the backyards, and I can't talk about the fucking military. So I can't make fucking sense when I go on my videos. But there was so much shit going on, and these terrorists are once again on the motherfucking internet. One gets dropped in the house is the Iranian people coming to take out these feds. The DOJ, it's been on my account. All these lawyers, all these politicians, out of here. Look, if they can, and they're religiously driven, they're fucking terrorists. They'll take these fuckers out before they're ever the fuck arrested. Hell yeah. I'm just thanking God that the Navy SEALs and the GRU came in when they did. They're the best in the world. They came with Mossad and who knows who else. I don't, because no one will let anyone talk to me. And they put me in like kind of witness protection in my room. And thank God that I pray like I do, because God was able to say, stay here, you're safe in here. Don't go out of your room right now. In prayer, that's all I had. The GRU and Navy SEALs would have come in if any of these terrorists trying to silence the witness would have approached me and done violent things, which they always threatened us on film. And that's another reason why these imams have had enough, because the house is loaded with evidence, but it's not just that. It's this fucking military chemical shit. Which I don't understand, which I don't talk about. I forget about it. Yeah, that isn't the thing, but it's a huge reason why they nuked the fucking city of New York. Just say goodbye to the city, okay? Face reality. No. What happened was way too many of the people kept doing drugs here because there's a lot of variables, or there's a better word for it. It's not exactly variables, but let me just find words I can remember because of trauma. There's a lot of ingredients into the recipe that made the American the way they are at the present date and time. Okay? All right. So feed them drugs. Make sure the drugs have chemical stuff in it. It causes psychosis. It causes schizophrenia. It causes nerve damage, brain damage, up and down, left and right. And you got cities like DC, San Francisco, LA. Yeah. You've got the working class after this long, 5 years, because the rubber band got stretched out and they couldn't succeed with any warfare. Because of the good guys and gals in the military protected and defended our country and other countries, Russia and other countries, our allied countries. So now you have this working class, which is the white dominant culture here, that's strung out. Yeah, and you can see it. I've seen it. So that's what I was referencing. Sorry, I pivoted. When I first came here, these Iranian gang members started following me around the train station. It's on my account. I remember like it was yesterday. I was like, oh, this is bad. They were sent in. They were told to follow me around. It was getting really frightening and aggressive. And then the rest is history. So I ended up here. And the city was still all somewhat semi in their drug abuse functional. Now they're not. Now these rich white elites are just roaming alleys trying to get drugs. Who knows what other type of dumb shit they think they're doing to overthrow. For who? They don't even care anymore, dude. It's like this house. It turned into working with a whole bunch of Aladdins for drug lords. This house did. This Iranian terror cell who was on the warpath tonight, executing everybody they can because of this shit. All those construction guys, gone. Everybody who fucking came around to this warfare, high-level fucking government stuff in this house that everybody knows is stashed here, gone. And I don't feel sorry for them. I go out there, it's nothing but gang members, and druggy white people, rich white druggies. That's what I mean by it got stretched out. And this chemical did a number on them, and they did it on purpose. They made this super meth or whatever you call it, dude. I know I haven't done drugs since I was 30, and I only did drugs for 2 years, and it was because I was a child abuse survivor. This is my personal business. I'm not divulging this right now. If it wasn't for, oh yeah, no, it's textbook. What happened? The alcoholism I suffered is textbook. It's textbook. And then I got sober and worked on things, and I don't even think of drinking. I'm so content with, I can't find word, because now I'm in a terrorist cell. But that's what I see out there. I see these fucking scumbags. They do not care about, I'm pooping in here. The blackest, like, it's like charcoal that you put in your barbecue. Black poops, like big. And then 10 minutes later, more. And then 30 minutes later, more. And then my gut clears out because of this poison. And the lung. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was the last one. They've done every kind of fucking poison on me. And I've typed and I've written and I've described. And they fucking still here doing it. I was in such hysterics today that these imams, they were going to do action anyways, because who knows, right? I don't know. The high-level government fucking military equipment here and stuff, I don't know what these people are doing, the good guys or gals. I said this back and forth. I don't know. So they were here anyways, and oh my God, and then these fucking cannibals are all over. And they're cooking again, and it smelled so fucking foul. They're cooking human remains, dude. And managing the bombs and everything on fucking Instagram again. These fucking cannibals know these motherfuckers who are somehow connected with... I don't need to explain this all the time, dude. I've explained it back and forth. So these people who they brought in years ago, whenever they agreed to work with Iranian agents and shit, got really fucked up on drugs here. And here we are today. And here I am hysterical. And this stuff's going to bring in this like SWAT team of Navy SEALs and stuff. Oh, yeah, well. And they can't have the landlord, the fucking crazy fucking cannibal female. In their perspective, no, they can't have them at all talking. So we'll see what happens. I'm in here and I've just watched my country go to shit. I've watched the population do these drugs and get brain damage. There's no recovery. I mean, you don't have that many people all of a sudden all in psychosis, but you have all these white doctors and rich white people that'll say anything to cover up their attempted government overthrow. All right? And these people who are not speaking the truth about how it is not possible scientifically or medically to have tens of thousands into millions of people suddenly all in psychosis and living on the streets. You're such fucking scum here. When Iran does nuke, or however this chemical weapon is, it levels the city. Just fucking face reality. New York, bye. I've sat here and just prayed and said, I love you, New York. I love you. Goodbye. I've come to terms with it. But to this night, they're still out there. These cluck junkies in this town. I lived in fucking Babylon before it got blown up. I know I did. God says it's Sodom here. But so they're just not going to have this. They're not going to have these fucking freaks running through their little cubbyhole doors. All this crap all the time. No, they're going to get it, dude. Iran is after the same Pentagon people that the good guys are. So, I mean, face reality, the shit that's going to happen. Oh my God. I don't know, because I don't know what the good guys are capable of. I'm not a military person. I don't know. So I don't know exactly what Iran will achieve. But they're going to get something fucking going here. They're not going to have all these people snorting drugs, shooting drugs, everything else disgusting they do, waiting to be arrested by all these military people and allied forces. No, only the insane would think that I don't even want to discuss this. So we're in real trouble here. I'm staying in my little witness protection room. And the poop is like jet black. Oh my God, no, I have the right to talk about this. And if I wasn't resistant, I would have been dead, I know. They brought every kind of chemical weapon and put it through my floor, in my bathroom, everywhere I went. They did it for a long time. I'll talk about it later in detail. Not all the time. There was like cycles of it. This was the last one. These type of things are serious war crimes. Oh my God, they're using chemical weapons in civilian houses and shit. I don't need to spell all this out. This is so bad. What's going to happen to the city? I don't know what these chemical agents are. The fucking military does. I can't talk about them ever. I'm not mad at them, but it became too much because I wasn't able to talk about my sickness again, the poisoning forever, for like the whole time. They did it when Verizon happened, and they kept going with the same chemical agent, and it doesn't work on me, dude. It gives the GRU and the Navy SEALs a heart attack because they're like, oh my God, she's getting this chemical thing again. And then like, I'm okay. And thank God, right? Everybody's like, thank God. But then I'm expected, no, this is true too. Then I'm expected to not talk about it because in the agent's eyes, like the CIA or whatever their title is, how do you tell the public that our witness is resistant to this shit? It's a whole nother basket. And they're dealing with everything I just told you. 500 fucking crazy imams all over the fucking city. Who knows where else they are in America? And this is a huge thing they're doing. Exactly. And then I decide to not cooperate today. But I can't cooperate with everything. I have the right to say what my body's made like. And you should have fucking kind of considered that with everything else I've said and done for 5 years. But they kept bringing in these, in certain points, not all the time, really, really lethal chemicals. And oh, I suffered. Yes. But it didn't kill me. And so this is the happy ending, is I get to meet the Navy SEALs who saved my life, the GRU and whoever else is with them. I get to meet you someday. Yes, I do. And give you all such a big hug. And I'm feeling good. My lungs, watch. The poison doesn't last very long on me. It's remarkable. I think so too. I'm grateful to God. Here, watch. Feeling just fine. No more black poo-poos, no more pooping. That's horrible. Oh my God, you know you're poisoned too. You're like, what the fuck? And then I go out there, there's nothing but fucking men. There's some women, but it's mostly men everywhere. These men that look like they're going to just take a bite out of you. Not nice. And you see them from, I do. I'll see them all the way down by the, as far as you can, going towards the next block down. They're just looking at you like, they hate me. I said this. How many times have I said this? They hate me here. They really fucking hate me here. And they hate me for surviving shit they would never even physically fucking live through. I think some of the people dropping is this shit. This chemical stuff. I just thank God. Okay? And I see why he made me this way. Because, and I know this is a problem for the CIA people. But I know they understand because they have really big hearts. I can't keep everything a secret. It's not that they don't want the public to know, but they have so much they're managing. I can't. This is my survival story. I was trapped in here, and these Iranian Putin people did terrible things to me in here to keep me quiet. They had these scumbags put in illegal chemical things on me. Made me so sick. I'm pooping this black as coal poop for an hour straight. Like, that's serious, dude. Yeah. And then they'd come back, these fucking double fucking scumbag cannibals, and put more on me. I know exactly where and how, too, but I'm going to skip all these details. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I mean. You're connecting dots why these Iranian fucking moms can't have these people on Instagram. Because here they are. On the phone, huh? And this one's going down the stairs to the basement. You know how much evidence is in this house? And they have all this knowledge of all this chemicals that's making me poop. That should have killed me. That was the point. But I'm still here on Instagram. Because I can be. I can be. And I'm going to give everybody such a big hug. And I'm so grateful that you're in my lives. And I can't wait to meet you. I think I'm going to end it like that.